Watch the original video, bye. This video was not made in one take. Pretty much anywhere there's a loading screen I made a cut to do some extra tricks or just to make it easier on myself so I didn't have to do it all in one take. Also, shout out to Sethbling and his Minecraft Speedrun datapack, which I used during this video. It was really helpful to find structures, respawn the dragon, and other things I needed to use in this video. Link in the description and on screen and behind your ear. So the spawn I start out in obviously isn't legitimate. I started out with a plains village and loaded in all the other structures using structure blocks. You can use these to save and load custom structures, but they also come with preloaded structures such as ruined _ portal _ 1 to 10 or various names for shipwrecks. I just loaded in a bunch of these until it looks stupid. Next is this gravel. I got flint on the very first try when normally it's a 1 in 10 chance. Obviously I'm not doing 10 tries for every take, so I use command blocks. This repeating command block checks for any gravel item entity every tick, and if it finds one, it will summon a flint item entity at its exact position. When this command is run, the chain command block after it will also run, which kills the gravel item, making it seem like the gravel block just dropped a flint. Next is the iron golem, which I am able to kill instantly. It's pretty simple to just give yourself strength level 255, and if you add true to the end of the command, it hides particles as well as this icon in the corner. However, it will still show up in your inventory, and I actually opened my inventory before this while crafting. To solve this, I actually made it so I don't have strength until after I'm done crafting. There are many events that could trigger me getting strength so that it only appears after I'm done crafting, but I think one of the easiest would be breaking a bed. I get 7 beds before killing the iron golem, so if I just give strength to anyone who breaks a bed, I can hide the effect while still killing the iron golem. To do this, add a scoreboard using scoreboard objectives, add the name of the scoreboard and the criteria, which in this case is minecraft.mined minecraft white bed. If you do scoreboard objectives set display sidebar bed, you can see the actual score, which will increment by 1 anytime someone breaks a bed. This execute command runs every tick, checking for someone with a bed score of 1. If it finds one, it gives them strength 255, and the chain command block after it sets the score back to 0, resetting the whole thing, so this will give strength to anyone who breaks a bed. The iron golem also drops exactly 4 iron, which I did in a similar way to the flint. These two sets of command blocks check for any iron ingot entity that is stacked in a group of 3 or 5. If it finds one, it'll summon an iron ingot entity stacked in a group of 4 in its place and kills the previous iron ingot item group. I then run to the ruined portal, and there's obviously a cut once I open the chest. I then run to the nether portal and shake my camera violently while making the portal, and then cut again during this chaos to make it seem like I made a perfect portal. Finally, there's another cut once I enter the portal. I spawn next to a pre-placed piglin, which I gave slowness 255 so it doesn't move around, and a blaze spawner with 1,000,000 blazes. I summoned all of them in advance with the no AI tag, meaning they won't attack or move or do anything. The spawner actually would still summon new blazes though, so I actually just replaced it with a non-functional pig spawner and hoped no one noticed. By the time I turn around, the piglin has given me a bunch of ender pearls, which I did by killing the items it traded me and summoning ender pearl items with a bunch of command blocks. I can't just check for any items that exist and replace them with pearls though, since the blazes also drop items. Instead, I tested for any player that picks up a blaze rod, and once one is found, only then does it summon the pearls. Basically, the piglin's items are killed and new ones are summoned only when I pick up a blaze rod. As soon as I enter the portal to leave, I then cut back to the original nether portal. I made the fake end portal room under spawn by finding the real stronghold and using a structure block to copy the entire room and load it under the area I wanted. I pre-dug a hole for me to fall in and marked the center of the hole with some roses at the top so I knew where to dig. The MLG end portal is actually real. I did place the ender eye while falling, but this doesn't actually break your fall, and the sound effects had to be added in post since it happens too quickly for the sound effects to actually play. Once again, there's a cut, and then I speed bridge over to the end island. You can probably tell, but I just placed barrier blocks under where I would place the bridge and clicked very fast. I also added some wool to my inventory before I cut, since I never actually farmed 64 wool during the run. The dragon then automatically perches as soon as I approach it. This was also done with command blocks, but this time there wasn't an obvious event that could trigger it. Instead, I just checked once a player entered a specific area specified by these coordinates. These are the coordinates of one point, and these are the dimensions of a rectangular prism. So the command block tests for anyone in this area. If it finds one, it'll use data merge to change the data of the dragon. The dragon has special data associated with it called dragon phase, where if it's set to 0, that is when the dragon is circling, 1 is strafing, 2 is flying to the portal, etc. 3 is the phase where it starts perching, so if you set its phase to 3, then it will immediately begin to perch. I'm then able to one-shot it with a bed by killing the dragon as soon as it takes damage. Hurt time is another data point associated with any entity, which tracks the time since the entity took damage. It gets set to 10 as soon as the entity takes damage and decreases by 1 every tick until it gets to 0. So if I test for a dragon with a hurt time of 10, it'll run a command as soon as that dragon has taken damage. Once the dragon does take damage, I use data merge to set its phase to 9, or its death phase. That means as soon as the dragon takes any damage, it'll immediately die, so it looks like the bed instantly killed it. After that, I just kill myself with the bed and the video is over. That's about it. Thanks for watching.